Hey everybody, AC here, and welcome back to another episode of Anime Season 5. Coming in at number 12, we have Interspecies Reviewers. Uh, what can I say? I love this anime. It is just, it is peak comedy, peak entertainment. It became the number one anime on my anime list for about 2 weeks. Um, for about 2 weeks. And that is no small feat, considering the mods of my anime list. They refuse to let Fullmetal Alchemist be. They refuse to let Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood be overtaken by anybody. And I love Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, but I hate like the series. Every time I watch the series, I am still reminded of that fact, and so it kind of puts a bit of a sour taste in my mouth. I still love the series. It's just hard to love it as much as I used to, simply because of my anime list, and the way they've handled it. Um, and they basically, anybody who rates this anime a 10 out of 10, basically they just assume that the account is a fake account, and basically they just ban, and basically for quite a while they were just banning anybody that dared to make it a 10 out of 10. And because they just always assumed that everybody that liked it was just a bot. So, and I was one of those people. My first initial account got banned because because I rated that anime as a 10 out of 10. I have a new account now, and I still have yet to actually go back through the entire catalog list make my my list of every anime I've ever seen. I still have yet to do that. A second time. I did it once before, and yeah, so I don't like that. I don't like the fact that I don't like the way my anime list does things. In fact, I absolutely hate it. Um, but this anime itself truly is worth the praise and admiration that it gets. It really is. It is a masterpiece of animation. And I say this unironically. It is so funny. It is so entertaining. Adult and crude as all hell. I mean, to anyone who hasn't seen the series, as this is yet another one where Funimation got the rights to make a dub, and they made the first 3 episodes. They dubbed the first 3 episodes, but only ever released the first one on streaming websites, and then they just backed out. They just backed out and refused to continue making the series, even though they had already promised to dub the whole series. They backed out of that promise, and said that it said that like it wasn't wholesome enough. It didn't meet their standards. And yet they've dubbed things like High School DxD and Heaven's Lost Property and Valkyrie Drive, which are all extremely lewd shows. They are all extremely lewd shows. And yet, and those getting dubs, that's completely fine. But this, no. And yeah, I find that hilarious. I find it hilarious, the friggin' double standards that they have, and how hypocritical everybody got when it came to this anime. It was honestly a very funny time. Well, it was a very funny time for anime fans, I should clarify. For pretty much everybody else, no, it was the start. It was the start of the virus that will not be named. So yeah, that's when this anime came out. Uh, January 2020, and yeah. So, uh, but for anybody who doesn't know what this anime is about, uh, it's about these three guys. It's about these three guys. A human and well, first it's about a human and an elf. They end up meeting a angel guy who is kind of a he she. Like this angel has both parts, both gender genitals. Um, and the three of them start the three of them go on adventures, and uh the three of them go on adventures, and they use the money from their God damn it. They use the money from their quests in order to go to the red light district, um, and see like all their favorite um, prostitute houses. And then they get the idea to make reviews for the for said prostitute houses. People, and then more prostitute houses start coming to them and pay them to go see their service, to go experience their services. And then the bar that they go to pays them money in order to put their reviews up. And so they keep getting more money so they can keep going to more prostitute houses. And it's just they essentially stop adventuring and just start going to a different prostitute house every single night, and that just kind of becomes their job. They review the different prostitute houses, and there are so many different species that they explore in this series, and they go really in depth as to like how each of these different species work, and the kind of fetishes that people tend to have whenever they go to one of these things. Um, and it is an anime for, regardless of whatever fetish you have, it is an anime for it. This anime has that. Whatever fetish you may have, this anime has it. And there is something in this anime for everybody. The animation is wonderful. The characters all likable, all funny as hell. The music, oh my god, the music, the opening here, the freaking YMCA esque music for the opening is just one of the catchiest openings I've ever heard. I absolutely love it. It's so good. Um, Now, as far as like my favorite character, sorry, as far as my favorite character goes, to be honest, I don't have one particular favorite character. Honestly, I just like the main trio. I love the main trio. I think they are awesome. Um, that would be Stunk. I do remember Stunk. I do remember Stunk. Oh, frick, I can't remember the elf's name. Let's see. Zell, that was his name. Zell, and then the angel is named Krim. Uh, so you got Stunk, Zell, and Krim, and I really love this trio. This trio is just so funny and so fun to be around. Um, a very entertaining trio. Um, and honestly, like, I'm not sure what else to say about it. It has quality, absolute quality fan service. Um, and the whole series, after the whole drama that it got into with Funimation, Crunchyroll stopped showing it on their website, and so did pretty much all official streaming sites. So even some, there were even a couple pirating websites that won't show it. And eventually each episode wound up going to porn websites like Pornhub. So that is unfortunate because basically whenever an anime ends up going to that website, it's basically a death sentence for the anime. There's no way for it to recover at that point. And it's essentially guaranteed to not get a second season when that happens. So that is unfortunate. It is unfortunate. I would love to see more because I do know that the series, there is more to the series. Where is it? Here we go. Okay, so I have these Interspecies Reviewers Darkness, which is a little comic anthology to kind of show some of the misadventures of some of the girls, that you meet throughout the season. It kind of shows some of their misadventures, and so I feel like that could be interesting. That could be interesting for a few episodes in another season. And the third volume of the manga, chapter 28. The first season of the anime covers the first 27 chapters of the manga. Chapter 28 is unfortunately is not covered. The final chapter of the third volume is not covered, and the ending of chapter 28 actually gives us a bit more in terms of like the overarching story with Krim and his whole goal of trying to get his halo to heal, so he can go back to heaven. And the series is not done. The manga is not finished. As far as I know, I believe there's like 6 volumes of the manga right now, plus the spin-off volume. So there is certainly enough content to have a second season, possibly even 3 seasons, depending on how much longer the manga goes on for. So I mean, I would definitely love to see more seasons of this, but unfortunately, it doesn't seem like that is going to happen. So the manga is pretty much all we can really hope for, and that is unfortunate. But I will be reading the rest of the manga because this series is just so good. But yeah, so in any case, that's gonna do it for this video. So thank you everybody so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did enjoy, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, all that good jazz, and I will see you all in the next video for number 11. Take care, everybody.